Hi guys, we hope you are good. My name is Buiselo Villagazi, your reliable source to the latest pop culture news. And you can call me His Royal Highness. And I'm not alone, I'm with Reality TV Africa, all the way from Kenya in Nairobi. Guys, we will be recapping episode 11 of The Real Housewives of Durban, season 4. We are just, you know what, we're just sharing our thoughts. We have a right to freedom and freedom of expression. And we'll just share our thoughts surrounding the episode. And more than anything, we like also hearing from you. Do certainly share your thoughts in the comment section below. Pam, how are you?
I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm ready, set. Let's go. I'm so excited. I won't lie. This episode was really good. I loved it. I loved this episode. I don't know. I don't know. Well, hello everybody. This is Reality TV Africa. Pam here with my chommie Mbui, and I cannot wait to get into this episode.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Pam. And before even we go further, listen, it's going down on the social media streets surrounding the Real Housewives of Durban. I see the conversation, and I know you like rating the episodes. And how would you rate this one?
Oh my goodness. I mean, you can tell by my face and how excited I am about this episode. My goodness. I don't want to give it the best rating just yet because I'm holding out for the reunion. So I'll give it a 9. Because for me, the highest would be a 10, and a
What?
10, hoping we'll get a good reunion. My goodness, this episode was so good. I don't know. The fact was that they were out of the country, and just a lot of things were revealed. Different nuances in the friendships with Neil, Sorisha, conversation. Things have changed. Nonku is like switching up on Zama. I wonder why. And then the drama at the end of the episode. But we'll get into all that. So for me, a strong 9.
Wow. For me, you know what, and I understand where you're coming from. I think I will also give them the same score. I was impressed with editing. Oh my God. They just outside of the show and the drama, there's a certain way they edited. You remember when Slee, we're still gonna get into the scene, but there was a moment where Slee was sitting with Sorisha, and the people at the restaurant were baking. I'm
Yes.
not sure if you noticed that from the moment they were putting the flour together to the moment they put it.
Exactly. It was like it was like a story they were telling, like this bread is being made, these things are being poured, the thing is being kneaded. I'm like switching back and forth between the scenes. Yes, I noticed that. Quite
Whoever did that, I'm taking off my head. I was like, that is so straight. And it's a beautiful story also about just taking a mix. I'm just thinking of the fact that, you know what, when you bring these women together, different backgrounds, and you put them in one place, and there's something that comes out, all these small pieces, something is coming up. I was very impressed with that, honestly. So, and besides the drama, editing team, I take off my hat for you guys.
the editing team, the comical moments, the shade, the fun shade, the light shade, the heavy shade. This episode was just everything for me, honestly. I loved it.
Is there anything that you probably not impressed with in terms of this episode that you'd like, okay, maybe this thing I was not entirely happy with?
Honestly, I just felt I don't have any complaints about this episode. It was just a good mix of fun, drama, comedy, shade, hashing out issues, arguments, and I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't know if there's anything. Honestly, I cannot think of anything. Maybe you can. I don't know.
I hear you. And for me, it's just few things. Number one, it's the fact that it's possible. I'm not sure if production applied for a license at the airport. I'm tired of all housewives. They always shoot at the airport with their phones. Whereas I know that the Real Housewives of Gqeberha is the only franchise that I've seen in South Africa that filmed at the airport, at the arrivals, at the departure. As I remember, I forgot that episode, but there was an episode whereby maybe because GQ is in a small city compared to Johannesburg, I'm thinking there are so many factors. Also, it's costly. People have to sign release forms and applying for a license. But I feel like it would be more nice, every time we always see these phone snippets, but nevertheless, we can look over that. And secondly, there was a point whereby the music was a bit too much. There was a scene. I wish sometimes people must. Can you guys go to a scene whereby Angel was talking with Amy? I could not really hear what they were saying because the music almost matched their voices. So to some extent, whereby I had to even put on the subtitles because I was like, okay, I cannot now hear. The music is starting to match their level, and I was like, okay, this is too much.
I mean, if I can be honest, I watch by default, I watch it with subtitles. So things like those don't really stand out to me because I'm already reading saying down there and they're talking in native. So, and I don't understand. So, I mean, the sound would not occur to me because I am already reading what I'm reading. So, yeah, I get you, because if you are watching it without subtitles, then you'd be able to be like, why am I not hearing the words clearly? But for me, I was reading the words. So honestly, I didn't about the music. And then I think, what else did you mention that you didn't like? The airport thing. The airport thing is actually it's not unique. Even in the international franchise, see that in-flight videos, the ladies take of themselves.
Yes.
Because the camera crew can't be in the flight with them or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's not a big deal in my view. But yeah, I guess, yeah.
Definitely not a big deal. But in the light of the sound, I understand with you watch with your eyes and your ears because you have to pay attention to what's happening and the subtitles. Whereas with me, I'm more on the listening part because, of course, I already understand Zulu. So it's easy for me. I'm like, okay, I'm concerned about what they are saying. So I love how we all perceive things differently due to many factors. Now, let us kindly get into it, Pam. First of all, the ladies are in Namibia, and the first scene was between Maria and Slee.
Yes.
But I just want you to share your thoughts surrounding Namibia as a destination and your thoughts surrounding that conversation between Maria and Slee.
So, first, let me just say, how cute did Maria look in Ankara? And how unique was that confessional look? Like,
beautiful.
Ankara, loved it. I love that touch of the African vibe. I mean, okay, she's African, I guess, by the fact that she lives in South Africa. But I mean, it's not normal to see that. And I love that touch. She looked cute.
Yes.
And then their conversation. Honestly, I went back and forth in terms of understanding both points of view. Like now, I kind of understood where Slee was coming from when saying she felt used and discarded by Maria. And then I kind of saw Maria's point of view when she was kind of like, Slee's point of view in terms of discarded being used, and the fact that she said that with Jojo and Nonku, there's no two ways about it. It's either you're friends with them or you're not friends with. Like you can't have both. You can't have both. And I feel like they're the ones who propagated that kind of vibe within the group. And it actually came out at some point during the episode when Jojo was talking to, and I'm jumping ahead, but when Jojo was when she was talking to Nonku outside the shop when they went shopping or whatever they went to do, and Jojo was like, look, I like Angel, but I'm not gonna be cool with her because she's beefing with you. And you see, so they've kind of propagated a culture, I want to call it, within the group of you're either on this side or the other side. You can't be in between. And I feel like Maria, Maria is just happy to be with Nonku and Jojo. And it brings me back to that last week when you were saying you feel like Slee and Nonku can be friends and they can make up. I really don't know, because Slee today said the door is closed.
I had.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just felt some type of way. But you give me your thoughts, and then I'll remember the rest, because there's some other things I want to talk about. But you talk your part.
No, I hear you. It does, of course, leave us as viewers just in a very tough position also, because there's this back and forth. But from that conversation, if there's something I picked up, was Slee said in that conversation that I like that she acknowledged for once. She said, not even for once, I mean, she acknowledged in that moment that I was hurt by stuff that happened last season and I've not healed. For me,
Yes.
that was a key, because we understand how you act. Not that it justifies how you act, but at least for me, when someone agrees to the fact that they are hurt, it's a first step, honestly, So at the same time, now the fact that you acknowledge that you are hurt, unfortunately, it is up to you. Nonku did her part by apologizing. Let's be honest, guys. The moment you are someone says, okay, you say something to someone, someone says to you, I'm sorry. It's no longer their responsibility on whether you heal or not. Let's be honest. It's more now on you as to why are you harboring these emotions? Why do you feel triggered by this individual? We can no longer hold Nonku responsible for how you feel right now. It's up to you in terms of how you go forward. So that's what I noted from that. But we're still gonna talk about Maria and where I felt as if I wanna call her out. But right now, let me hold my guns.
Yeah. I mean, and one of the things even I wrote down and I asked myself, why is Maria so upset or really, really hell-bent on beefing with Sorisha?
Sorisha. No, it was too much. Especially this episode, I was like, you're doing too much now.
Yeah, it's like, what really is the problem? What is your issue with Sorisha? Like, obviously, even the conversation that Sorisha had with Slee and Slee telling her she wants to be you, I don't feel like that's it. But remember last week when we said that Maria seems to want to be with Sorisha because she's like an OG. Maybe that's what it is. Because honestly, it doesn't make sense. It's nothing. It just it's like it came from air. I don't know.
Now, I have another theory, my sister. I have another theory, okay? So, I am thinking that, what if, of course, Maria has really reconciled with Jojo, and now is building friendship with Nonku, but another person would say, probably Maria is trying to secure her space for another season. By befriend, because right now, when you look at how the fans are interacting, it seems like the fans are on Nompu's side and Jojo's side. Now, if Maria is aligned with that side of the history, it probably, opens a place for her on another season. I'm saying this because there was Girls Trip recently, and I know this is not exclusive, but I did speak about it on my channel, that there were some girls, when they went to Jamaica, they started befriending Nonku because they were told that if you befriend Nonku, you'll be, it'll be good for your brand on the Housewives and it'll open doors for you.
Oh wow! So Nonku.
But I'm not saying that's the case. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying.
I mean, for me, in the more recent reviews we've been doing and things I'm seeing about Nonku, I'm just looking at her in a whole different light. I'm just seeing her as this big personality, this person who has a star power. She's just come out to me as just an iconic housewife. And I mean, you're not, your thought process is not far-fetched in terms of Girls Trip and all that. I'm also curious to see how she mingles with her alums, that's Lassie and I'm curious to see how that works out for them well on that. But yeah, I mean, Maria is doing the most, and I don't understand where her vitriol is coming from with
Yeah,
Asia.
because honestly, first, let me just say this, and I'm being sincere here. There's nothing wrong with reconciling with other people. There's simply nothing wrong with saying, "Hey guys, no, I'm really back and friends with Jojo and now Nonku." But at the same time, there's this minor things that in terms of how Maria moves that makes you say, Maria, Maria, why are you doing that, girl? Jojo probably and Nonku are not the problem, but how you are moving, you end up making them even look even bad because it seems like they are influencing you.
Exactly. I don't know. There's the Maria part of it, and then there's also the culture that Nonku and Jojo have propagated among the group, that you can never be in the middle. You cannot be a Karen Yuga. You cannot be a fence. It's either you're on this side or the other side. There's no two ways about it.
I blame all of them, though. I blame all of them. Even Sorisha, everyone is responsible for that culture. Because last year, you remember when Slee came in, the first thing that Sorisha did was take her to the side and say, "Hey, I want you to be part of my alliance," or something like that. I was like, what?
Yes, you're right. Okay.
You know what? Let's not give Maria so much time because we're still going to deal with her towards the end. Let us talk
Yeah.
about, touch on briefly, because I think we've spoken a bit about the conversation that Anoku and, and Jojo had. I think we've touched. Is there anything that you want to say surrounding that?
No, for me, just what stood out was when Nonku mentioned that, she said when they went for where did she say that? Anyway, it's like she felt like that event for Slee, they came to attack her, not Maria, not Jojo. But Maria got some beating from Sorisha during that event. There was a lot. Anyway, the discussion between Jojo and Nonku, mostly for me, what stood out is the fact that Jojo is blindly going to stand by Nonku. Blindly.
That's what I heard.
Yes, and I feel like that's because last season, I don't know, there was a lot of chatter online that what's her name? Jojo is not giving the same loyalty that Nonku is giving her. So I feel like this season she's coming on really, it's like she wants to redeem herself from that narrative from last season, because there's a lot of chatter around that.
Yeah, but one thing I will give to Jojo, irrespective of all of that, she has cemented herself as a housewife, and she has earned her stripes 3 seasons. And this is it's amazing to come, because when she came onto the show, people did not really understand her that well. Since last season, she was like a villain of some sort, and then this season, she's just chilled. I just love how she has cemented herself. There's a lot that we can take from that. Now, moving forward to a conversation between Emmy and Angel. They went to that gym place there and they had conversations. What do you think about their conversations?
Okay, so there's a lot of timeline situations going on here. And then I was also a bit confused because they first start talking about Nonku and how Nonku was coming for Amy at Slee's party. And then at some point, even when Angel started talking about the recording, I thought she was like, she recorded Nonku. So I rewound that part a couple of times till I realized, wait, they're talking about Zama. Because
I thought they're talking about Nonku too.
Yeah, they didn't say Zama's name, but when she said she was trying to come for my kids, and that's when I realized Nonku didn't really come for her kids. I think she's talking about Zama. So I rewound it like 3 times or 4 times just to understand. Wait, the recording is to do with Angel recording Zama. It took me a minute to kind of understand that, but why are these people recording each other so much? Or is it because when they're having conversations on the phone or whatever, there's no cameras up and they want evidence of that conversation? Because I'm guessing.
And also, but it's also in. You know what? we love the tea. We are tea people, but I do feel like it's a bit. I understand if you were shooting the show and then you record, but the one of private calls is a bit too much though. But and what stood out for me in that conversation was I felt as if Emmy is, again, that's what I'm saying. This is in both teams. Amy is saying, Nonku, this is starting to annoy me. I'm like, Nonku
Yes.
is starting to annoy you because you are on that other team. Because I have not seen anything that she has said about you, honestly, and you are
Like,
not her target, even if she was
no,
targeting you.
there's something Nonku said during Slee's party, and I'm trying to remember if she said it in the scene or where, but she kind of likened Amy's situation with the kids and the kidnapping to Maria's son seeing the whole commentary about her
Okay.
riding Neil's dick or whatever.
Oh yeah. So she said, but you're also a mother and you also have children in that situation. But still, I don't think it still warrants Emmy's anger to that extent. But maybe I don't know. What do you think?
I think she's just looking to pin Nonku for something because obviously Nonku is not on her team. And she also, I think it's the whole culture thing that I'm telling you that you have to be on one side or the other. You can't ride the fence. And she's chosen her side. So she's going to look for an issue with Nonku, regardless of what it is. As minimal as it may be or as petty as it may be, she's going to look for an issue because, yeah, it's either you're on one side, Team Nonku or Team Sorisha. Like I said, those are the biggest dividers of this entire group, not Maria, not Sorisha, not Maria and Sorisha or Jojo versus. It is Nonku versus Sorisha. Yes.
Phew. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And we saw them having fun, which was amazing, just
Yeah.
strolling through the city and we saw Nonku falling. What's happening with
Oh,
Nonku and
God.
falling?
That was so. Actually, there are two hilarious moments for me in this episode. When Nonku fell, okay, not the first time she fell on the what was that? When she got the attack, was it the anxiety or whatever she got? That one,
Yeah.
I actually felt tears in my eyes for her. I felt so bad for her. But when she
Mm.
fell, when they went to hang out together with the whole group on the bench, I was dying. I think even I posted on my Instagram. Shameless plug. Follow me on Instagram. Reality
Yes.
underscore Africa. But yeah, I posted a clip of that and I was laughing so hard at that scene and at the scene where Asli was barping. Oh my God.
The issue, it was so random. That's a thing. Yo.
And she's like, I'm so close to the ocean, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, it's hilarious.
Oh my God. You know what? Let's start with Nonku. I don't know. Nonku has anxiety issues from what I see.
Yeah.
People like Nonku who are like big personalities. There is so much expectation on
Yeah.
if you're on screen, you have to deliver. If you're on screen, you have to. I think, and she knows that some people will retaliate and it might not end well. I think it deep down when she's alone, it weighs on her. Think about it. I
Yeah.
don't think it's easy to an extent that these are just my wild suspicions. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to say much. It feels like Nonku, the show, if she's not careful, for example, let me say this, and I want to say it in a very mature way. If you're drinking alcohol,
Oh,
the show might make you worse.
yeah.
If you are probably using edibles, it's gonna be worse on the show. So I felt as if here, her anxiety, it felt as if she took like edibles or something to cope. And some people on the show, I'm not saying on this show, they end up mixing even sleeping pills with alcohol, you know?
Yeah, actually, you're right. You could be right. She might have taken something before they came into that scene. And I mean, because how do you miss a whole bench and flop? that
It's
was
nerves.
that to me was so funny. I think that scene, I'm gonna keep that as a meme, as a gif, something. I don't know. Nonku, sorry, but you were hilarious. That was funny.
Yeah. Oh my
And
word. Oh my.
yeah, and they're really on her about drinking, about sobriety. Slee was shading her to her face. Slee was not holding back with the shade. I'm like, wow. I mean, like, Slee was not holding back. Not holding back
See,
at all.
the thing is with this Lee, she throws those jabs, but the issue is, have you noticed whenever I don't, that's what I'm saying, I don't know. There's some, because she's always with a smile when she's throwing those jabs at Nonku. It's never with a serious face. I'm not sure if you've noticed. She's always like, like Nonku here. The issue is, I have no problem with, I feel like now, hence some people I think, may have a problem with Slee. Slee throws shade, but her shade is always one-sided.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, on the diaries, Slee shades anyone, honestly. She shades Maria, she shades anyone. But when it comes to live scenes, we always see her shading Nonku and
Yeah.
leaving the table with Maria or with Jojo. Hence, it always seems as if she's always picking on Nonku when Nonku is quiet. Because
Yeah.
I would love to see her throw same shade maybe to Jojo and say da 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 da, throw shade to Maria. So, okay, before we get to that, I want us to shortly discuss that scene between Sorisha and Ensley. They were
Yeah.
sitting. Yeah, what do you think and what we make out of that scene?
So for me, that scene was okay. I really appreciated the fact that Slee was vulnerable. She opened up about
Yeah,
her to Sorisha, and it actually marked for me a monumental thing in the fact that their friendship is genuine, it's real, and she trusts
very.
Sorisha very much, and the way she fell apart about her finances, how she was raised. I mean, we also got a recap of how they've been talking with her dad. They've had 2 calls with her dad. So I'm like, it's good news to hear. And then, of course, they talked about the ladies, and Sorisha really, for me, shocked me with the information about Neil. I was like, wait,
There's
wait, wait,
more,
wait.
ne? There's more to that story.
Stop the press. What is this new news that you're giving us right now? That you and Neil knew each other, that Neil and you fell out. Why? I don't know. That now Maria brought Neil around the group.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm losing you. I'm sorry. It's like the network. I'm not sure whether it's on your side or on my side, but there was a problem.
No, I was okay. I don't know. I don't know. But am I good now?
Yeah, you were freezing. You were freezing, but now you're proper.
Cool. So yeah, I was just saying there was just a big monumental revelation by Sorisha about Neil. And first I was like, so timeline wise, how long ago did Neil and Sorisha know each other and stop being friends? And then what was when did Maria become friends with Neil? Or was it I was just like, wow, what's going on here? Maria, if you brought Neil around to ruffle feathers and Sorisha's feathers, then you are moving different. I really want to understand first what was the issue with Sorisha and Neil, and
But my friend, I feel like
Mhm.
Sorisha is also not telling us the whole story here. Sorisha is
Thank
also not telling us the whole story here. It can't be. You know what? Let me tell you, Neil. When did I first see Neil? I saw Neil. I saw Neil last season. Neil was on the last season. Did
Oh,
you see
was
him
he?
last season? Yeah, he was.
No.
You remember when Maria was crying, even on the reunion, the guy, the makeup artist who helped her and wiped the tears, that was Neil.
Oh, okay. But was
So
he
Neil,
like in? Was he in the season, like in scenes with her last season?
To some extent, but not active. He was just in the background.
Uh-huh.
He was
Okay.
not active. So I'm surprised that now it seems like there's a deeper story between Neil and Sorisha. I feel like there is more to that, definitely. But also, Sorisha is not giving us the whole tea. And why Sorisha last episode brought Warren? Because Sorisha also brought Warren. Warren,
Oh,
who seems to have beef with Neil. Oh my
yes.
God. And I tried reaching out to Warren. I'm not gonna hide. I always love to reach out to people. I was like, hi
Uh,
Warren, please spill some tea. Warren was like, I'm not gonna spill none. If you say no, you're not gonna spill none, it means there is some, but it's just that you don't wanna spill it.
Whoa. Look, there's a lot of layers behind this Maria, Sorisha, Neil, Warren,
I
and
feel like Maria and Sorisha, maybe they are lying. They know each other from somewhere.
there's a lot going on here, especially when Sorisha started talking about Maria bringing Neil around and she had explicitly asked her not to. That's what Slee revealed in the confessionals, that Maria did it even when they were part of one group. That time last season when she was part of Slee and Sorisha's group.
Yeah.
Around and yeah, when you talk about the makeup artist at the reunion, I guess that's when it was happening. But yeah, we need to know what really went on with Neil and Sorisha. Why did she fall out with him? And did Maria conveniently bring him around or befriend him to ruffle up Sorisha?
I wonder, and also now these are my wild thoughts, ne? There's more
Mm-hmm.
to the story. Everyone is talking about, okay, Maria was riding and whatnot. So, Risha,
Yeah.
you've known Neil for the longest time, probably, from the look of things in the group. You should have been
Mm-hmm.
the one to say, no, 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 that is BS, that is nonsense. There's nothing like that. I've known Neil, even probably before Maria.
Yeah.
So, it's not, so Rachel continues to also perpetuate these rumors. Is there anything that she knows about Neil that we don't? Is he okay? Can we
Mm.
continue? There
Yeah, they've really they've these gaps that they've not filled for us, and they
is.
need those gaps for us. Hopefully, I don't know. We just hope and pray they tell us at the reunion. I'm sure the gas bands will come. I'm sure Neil will come. And we probably even will explain, look, me and Sorisha, we used to kick it back in the day, and then this happened. So we stopped hanging out, and then, yeah, we caught up at an event with Maria and started hanging out. And because I do makeup and fashion and styling, we got along and da da da. Give us the whole story. Give us the whole spiel. We want to know what's up. We know, yeah.
But if Maria really brought Neil uh, to spite Sorisha, it would be very absurd of her. She would be moving very funny. But at the same time, my question would be, we're on episode 11. Why Sorisha has not brought this on the other episodes? Why is she bringing it on episode 11?
Maybe because she wants to have it as a point of contention at the reunion.
Most probably, most probably. But you know what? Let's keep it cute and keep it moving. Let's move on to, I think, okay, they had some games that they played, and they were sweet. I don't know. There's not really much into that because we did cover that in one way or the other. But maybe there's something that you want to add surrounding that game. Is there anything that you want to add?
That game was honestly, when that part was playing about the game, I wasn't paying so much attention about walking the plank. And
Boring.
yeah, I was like, what was that? You guys are just looking for an opportunity to be shady. Slee took that opportunity and shaded Nonku for drinking. Whatever, like, it was, and then you could clearly see the Nonku, Jojo, and Maria couldn't wait to get up. Sorry, I want to understand something. Why is Nonku all of a sudden shading Zama? Zama, 2 episodes back, not the last one, the other episode, or the one where they're gone on the other trip, the local trip. Nonku was like, Zama is our friend. But now they're even questioning Zama's motives. They're asking Zama, why didn't you show up for, remember when they're in the jacuzzi, why didn't you show up for the event? Questioning her there. And Slee is just like, Nonku is just like, Zama only does things when they're in her favor. She doesn't want to, you get what I'm saying? And she
There was
said
a
it
lot
like,
of, and then I was like, what is it that honestly, that I don't know what happened between Zama and Nonku?
something changed along the way, and I want to understand what that was, because they were friendly, they were friends. But one thing I'll also say about Zama, and I know and I feel, okay, I don't know, I feel, especially after this episode, I don't think she wants to come back to this show. And from the beginning, she's always been about, do I belong here? Do I want to be here? The fact that she didn't even show up to an event, it's a job. You show up to work. You can't come up
Which
with
makes
things.
me which makes me even wonder if she'll even show up at the reunion.
Thank you. This lady, I don't think feels safe around this group. I don't think she feels wanted. I mean, even within her own group of friends, Nonku is already feeling some type of way about her. And Nonku can easily influence us to drop her. You know what I'm saying? Or even influence how to think of her. And probably especially after hearing that recording.
But maybe Zama also moved very funny also. And as much as they want her on their group, but they are aware that Zama can move very funny. You know what? You would listen. I'm not sure. There's a clip that I've just posted on my web by Zama, the whole full clip. You can tell Zama really thinks of herself only, because when I listen to that, Zama was shading everyone there, even production. So Zama, I was like, okay, Zama really thinks of herself and protecting her interest.
Oh my goodness, that is tea, honey.
But the only thing I like about Zama though is Zama I've not seen her deny. I've not seen her deny and say, no, I never said that. It's always she owns up to her stuff. Unlike Nonku, now moving to the last scene, whereby they were all seated around there. There was something that there was a whole conversation about Angel said this, you are about face app, you said I was ugly. Nonku kept on saying no, but bring the clip, bring the clip, bring the clip. And I felt as if Nonku eventually apologized at the end. I'm like, did you waste 5 minutes, Nonku, debating about whether you said this, and now you say, no, I also apologize. I'm like, you see, Nonku likes to deny, whereas Zama will own up and say, no, I did it, and just, leave you to decide that she's a villain. She does not mind being a villain.
Like, for me, I felt like, and it just goes back to what I was saying, the whole you have to be on this side or the other side. Zama was trying to stick to her truth, okay?
Okay.
Truth, when you're seated in a room with people and people are arguing back and forth, you may not remember everything that is said. And I felt for her when she was being forced to say that Nonku called Angel ugly, and Nonku is,
it was unfair.
Did I say it? Did I say it? Did I, like she's being put on the spot and she doesn't remember. And I felt bad for her in that instance, because I'm like, gosh, nobody has photographic memory. She just heard what she recorded. When the drama popped off, she started recording. That's all she had to go by.
And also what people don't realize is, just like in soccer, as much as Zama said let me tell you, Zama remembered everything that happened there. Okay, she remembers exactly everything. But Zama played a ball for Nonku to score. But Nonku did not see that Zama let me tell you, Zama was playing the ball towards Nonku's advantage for Nonku to score, because Zama says, I did hear Angel. I did hear you, Angel, say that she must use the face app. And then when they say, but Nonku said, she said, no, I don't remember. She kept on saying, I don't remember. She was trying to help Nonku come out of the situation. And
But
Nonku
no,
kept on saying, no, now, what now? How come you're changing the story? But if you realize, you can even go play back. Zama kept on saying, Angel, yes, I remember Angel saying that, but then no, when it comes to Nonko saying that Angel is ugly, she just says, no, I don't remember. That was a ball passed to Nonko for Nonko to score. But Nonko kept on pressurizing.
she was kind of protecting Nonku in some way.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to incriminate you and say you said this, but I can say Angel said this.
And when it comes to say more, she says, I don't remember.
But I think what Nonku wanted from her in that instance is to say, Nonku did not say that. That's what Nonku wanted.
But there would be lies. Nonku did say it. I'm sure she did say it. It's just that Zama wanted to say, you know what? I don't want to be a witness in this.
But Nonku, you see, Nonku took it like, girl, you're not even standing by me. You're not even protecting. And maybe that's why in her confessionals, she's been saying that. Because, confessionals are shot after the scenes. This situation where Zama didn't clearly come out strongly in defending, according to Nonku, defending her and saying, no, I was there. Nonku did not say that you're ugly. That's what Nonku, those are the words Nonku wanted to hear come out of Zama's mouth. But Zama was not going to incriminate herself by saying yes or no. You get?
No, I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes, and the thing is, we people love blind loyalty, whereby, for example, let me tell you something. When it comes to TV shows, I'm friends with most people who are in the shows, but I will never give you. You would never know that I'm close with someone. The person I will mostly criticize the most in the show is probably the person I love the most in the show, because we must not have blind loyalty. We need to be objective. I think Nonku probably wants everyone to. Of course, Jojo is gonna take a bullet for you, but you can't expect everyone to be like that.
No, but that's the way they've cultured their friendship. You understand? For you to be, you have to have blind loyalty. You have to, for me, stand in front of a bus for me and get run over. That's why, and this is oh my goodness. Woo! When Angel was having when Jojo questioned Angel about her issues with Nonku, and then Maria talked, and Angel was like, no, I want to hear what Nonku has to say. And Nonku is like, no, let Maria talk. They are always willing to let each other speak for the other. Do you understand? Speak for you. Why can't you have that exchange? And I really respected Angel in this sense. I'm like, girl, yes, put her on the spot. Let you have the discourse with her. Don't let her other people speak for her. I don't know.
Definitely, I'm with you there. And I'm sorry to say this, hypocrisy I saw from Maria in this scene was this. Jojo says, I like you, Angel. And Jojo, let me tell you, Jojo loves Angel. I've seen I've seen their interactions out of the show. Recently, I posted a song about Housewives, and in the comment section, I see them interacting, giving love to one another. I'm like, okay.
I posted a reel of their live. They did a live a few weeks back, just when the show dropped.
You see?
For their big altercation on the vacation.
You see?
Honestly, Jojo really, really loves Angel. And even the playfulness when they were doing that walk around.
Thing,
yeah, you can see Angel wants to hang out with these guys, but she's stuck now on this side. It's like she's back and forth.
But this is where the problem is. This is where the danger is. Maria says, I also like you, Angel. I also like you. And I'm like, ma'am, last week you did not even accept her apology. Now because Doctor says, now you like, I like you, Angel. I'm like, ma'am, no. No. No,
Hmm.
I don't know. And Nonku is very smart.
Yes.
Nonku is probably, and she did say at some point that she's not, Angel is just this, honestly a small fish for her. She's not worried about Angel because in the whole scene, she was just, did you see that Nonku was very kind to everyone when they were sitting around the sand? Oh, please have this, sharing for their pictures and whatnot. It's just that I don't know. I don't like these people. They get offended on someone's behalf. If someone is offended, they need to say I'm offended, and not you being offended on their behalf.
Thank you. But also, you can tell that they're all trying to be cool with, even the fact that Nonku was so quick to let the issue go with Angel is because Jojo is the one who controls the temperature in that group. I feel like.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like why can't Jojo and Slee be friends? I don't feel like there's any big issue between the two of them.
No,
It's
there
only that
isn't. There isn't.
to Nonku, but I feel like there's room for both friendships. Do you know what you get what I'm saying? There's room for both.
100%. There is room. There is room. But funny enough, I am so glad that Annie is not in the show this season. Um, I do feel that I've said it before. I felt as if Annie's presence held. Of course, the group is still not moving forward, but it's not too bad as it was when Annie was there.
Yeah.
Because Annie had so much power. I don't know. Annie had so much power. If she says to, do you remember did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
She was the Khaleesi of the group. When she says to Annie, breathe fire, dragoness. So Risha would breathe fire. That was Annie for you. Annie was the Khaleesi of the group. So I'm glad that maybe this season she's not there. It's gonna allow, there is gonna be a breakthrough somehow.
Yeah, I feel like there's room for Jojo to kind of bridge the gap between herself, Slee, and the two groups, because Sorisha and Nonku are not gonna be the ones to do it. I
Those
feel like
ones, no.
Jojo and Slee or Jojo Angel is not so solidified in the group. So she doesn't have that much, how do I say, clout to
Yeah.
hold such power. So I feel like this joint can be made between Jojo and Slee, because there's nothing really that they are beefing about. It's just the fact that Slee and Nonku don't like each other and Jojo stands by Nonku. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And let's talk about the last moment between whereby Amy confronting Zama about the incident. How I wish you spoke my language, because Charles Zama's confessionals, you just had to understand what she was saying, but still, I'm sure you still enjoyed them. But they landed differently to me as someone who's a Zulu speaker. Like, come on now, ma'am, we see you. But what do you think of the whole situation between Zama and Amy, and how Zama handled the situation?
I mean, look, kids are not to be played with. Kids are not to
Yeah.
be as pawns. Kids are not to be touched or talked about in any light. I'm not a mother myself, but I mean, I have sisters, friends, cousins who are mothers, and I see how fierce they are about their kids. And I definitely can understand where Amy is coming from with her issues with Zama. Zama is not a mom, but she needs to honor the moms in the group and motherhood. And not, and you see, my God, I can tell you for free, I have seen it with my own eyes, how fierce a mother can be if you talk about her kids.
But don't you think maybe that's why Nonku is changing a bit her tune? Maybe because as a mother, it hits differently.
Maybe.
Because the ladies were mic'd, and the moment Zama moved away from the group, I heard Jojo's voice. Jojo was saying, "But not kids, guys, not kids."
Exactly.
I heard it low. I
Yes.
think after that, there's a certain way they started to see Zama. I don't know. But
The,
um
the tide has changed for Zama. Zama, I don't think is gonna survive in this group.
but Pam, let's be honest. This clip was not produced on episode 11. This clip has existed for a long time, and Emmett chose to not listen to it intentionally. Hence, for me, now I'm trying to, play devil's advocate. Why is now this clip being relevant on episode 11, weeks after shooting, weeks after this clip came into being? So that for me also raises eyebrows to say, was it kept maybe to make Emmy fume or maybe Emmy long had it and she just wanted to have a moment. It's very important for us to question all those things. And also to question Angel, of course.
Yeah.
Angel recorded, and if you hear the recording, Angel is threading carefully in that recording. You will listen to it later. Angel is threading very careful in that
Yeah.
recording. She is very careful. She says, "No, but you also came in very hard." I'm wondering, had you been
Huh.
not recording Angel, what would you have said about Amy in that moment?
And I really love the fact that Nonku clocked that. Nonku
Yes.
was, I wonder what Angel was saying before she hit the record button. I wonder what she was saying to Zama to make her so comfortable to have such a
That,
conversation.
that moment solidified Nonku as the best. I was like, that's why
Iconic.
you are Nonku Williams.
Exactly. And I was like, when Nonku said it, I was like, wait a minute. You're right. What was she saying? What was she saying? What was the conversation like? And where was she with her lawyer? And the lawyer knows Zama and tells her hit record.
I don't
Messy.
know, Tom.
Yeah, I like that Nonku is not so dumb. She's kind of like, Sawa. So Sawa means yes in Kiswahili. Sawa,
Yes, yes.
you've said whatever about that you are recording and and you said bad stuff about Amy's kids. But what was this other lady saying on the other side before she hit record?
Yeah, I doubt that phone call was the first conversation that Angel and Zama had. It seems as if these two were probably used to calling each other. Just that Angel realized that one day, I, Guinea, Guinea, Guinea.
What?
You know what? No, I mean, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised at the same time if Angel has recordings of everyone as backup
Possible.
to say,
Very
okay,
possible.
if I fall out with this one, I will bring some evidence. I will bring some evidence. I don't know. That's how I feel because why? That even if your lawyer told you, I have a feeling. I feel like someone told Angel that you're going on Housewives here. And as you go to Housewives, you need to protect yourself. She probably has recording of everyone, but she just it's just that Zama became, the enemy. She was like, boop. Because you can't tell me if you record once, it means you've recorded before, and you're still gonna record again.
For me, I'm just wondering what all these recordings are about. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing so many recordings in a season. So
Me too.
why the need? Why the need to record each other also? It also brings up a feeling of untrustworthiness. I can't trust
Yes.
anyone. I can't just have an honest conversation with someone. And because what I feel, and this is what I think, and just a theory of mine. Amy and Zama were the newbies, okay? And Amy, Zama and Angel were the newbies,
Yeah.
including Amy. Amy had a cushion to fall on with Slee. Slee, I think, and her were friendlier than the two people who brought Angel and Zama. So these two kind of started having conversations, bonding, talking about, strategizing when we go into this. what do you think of so and so? What do you think of so and so? What have you read about so and so? What tea have you heard about so and so? I think that was the nature of their conversations. And then they started filming, and Angel started seeing that the ladies are talking a certain way about Zama. So, let me catch her. Let me catch her in a vibe. Let me catch her in her moment of tea and record her saying nasty things, because they'd been talking. I'm sure they'd been talking prior to that. And there are no recordings, but I mean, when she realized, don't like Zama, I'm going to start recording her. You understand? And this was right. Remember the recording actually
and production yes, you may continue.
I was saying the recording happened right before Jojo's cowboy party. And that's when everybody came for Zama, you notice. So she had, by that time, people are not feeling Zama. You get what I'm saying? So she was like, just my theory.
Yeah, no, it's a very valid theory, but also one would also say, are we questioning? I'm sorry if Angel is watching this, but we are independent analysts. You know what? You know what? If we are questioning how Maria moves, we also need to question how Angel moves, because Angel might have also recorded that to secure her place on the other team.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, but nevertheless, that is all from this episode, and yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you wish to say? I've got nothing. I feel like we've spoken about everything.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He did not talk about the splashing of the wine on the face, like.
Oh, that one, I'm against anything that is like that, on a show, because it is assault. I know some people will say, oh, but as a mother and whatnot, you fight for your kids. That would have escalated. So that part, no. And no. It's and I blame also. I blame also. Not that I blame, but I viciously, as someone who's close to Amy, who has gone through the same thing, was able to warn her at some point to say, "Girl, I've went through this road before, and it's not a solution. We don't use any violence or reaction to express ourselves, because we are in the same team, So I felt like that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think Zama's group is not behind her now on this. She's now on an island by herself, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I will give it to Zama for not reacting. When she was caught with that, she walked away. For that, and lastly, Zama gave Sorisha her points. Zama gave Sorisha her flowers, because Sorisha did a beautiful job in hosting the ladies and giving them a good experience.
What was the Gucci? I didn't get what was the Gucci. I just saw the Gucci bags, the Gucci gift bags, but there was like a portrait, a picture, doll, and chocolates. But I didn't see what the Gucci item was. I just saw the Gucci bag.
I don't know. Are the Gucci chocolates? I don't know.
I don't know, but
I didn't see anything that was Gucci there. But nevertheless, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, Sorisha did a good job, even in as much as there's all those issues with the group. She hosted them well. I feel like that trip was like 6 days long. I mean, wow,
Yes.
It was a long trip. And I'm sure Sorisha paid for most of it, because this lady spent. No? Is that tea? Is that tea? Tea, his royaltiness?
All I can say is, she probably contributed, of course, but that trip, no, definitely. That was production's job, as far as I know. But maybe guys, please watch us next time, because I don't want to reveal so much, because they're going to say, how do you know these things? Because flip, no. You're gonna see us next week. No, but you know what? I mean, Sorisha is capable of taking the ladies to Namibia. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
yeah, but maybe it was production that also paid, but also
no, stop laughing and spill the tea, honey.
no, but no, man, no. I think there's rumors which I don't believe, right?
Oh, wait a minute. I know what you mean, and I'm not gonna say much anymore. Yeah, you've told me something and zip, zip, zip. Okay,
Yeah, because I'm thinking, but definitely, yeah. Good night, guys, and stay blessed. Or good morning whenever you watch this video.
Yes.
We don't
Goodbye.
want to spoil. We don't want to spoil what's gonna happen next week. That's all. We don't want to spoil.
Yes, sure. Okay, let's call it day and night and morning or whatever time. Bye.
Bye.